guys, welcome back to the Blading Physio YouTube channel. So today I want to talk about shin splints. There's some bladers that contacted me because they have this issue and I wanted to tackle this subject. So here we are, talking about shin splints today. So shin splints are an injury that comes from overuse. So we see it a lot with runners because of the impact they have. So it comes by a overuse of the imbalance in muscles in the feet or in the lower limb. We often see it, like I said, with runners or people who jump a lot. At first it would surprise me that we see it a lot in inline skating. I guess people who do distances don't have this problem just because the movement isn't a lot of impact. It's more of a gliding movement when you put your skate down. So it would surprise me if you see it a lot there, but in aggressive inline it doesn't surprise me at all because as we always jump on things and as the wheels are a little smaller, harder, and we have a lot of impact, so it does not surprise me at all to hear people having this injury. So what you can do about it is what I'm going to talk about today. So what you need to know first is that there's an imbalance in muscle in the lower limb, especially behind the shin bone. There's a muscle called tibialis posterior, which is often weakened in people with shin splints. So what we're going to do is train up that muscle. We're going to massage and stretch that muscle and also work on the foot arch, because we see shin splints a lot with people that have flatter feet because of the strain that is put on the muscle. So the pain finds itself often at the medial side of the tibia, just along the tibialis posterior muscle that I talked about earlier. Few things that you're going to need to do first are icing. Ice will help to reduce the pain and reduce the inflammation that's on this muscle and tendon. What you can do is just grab an ice cube and just circulate or just frictionate along the side that it's painful. And what we're going to need also is rest. When I say rest, I love to talk about relative rest, which means that you're going to need to slow down a little bit. If it's caused because of jumping or if it's caused because of the impact, maybe you like to run next to the aggressive skating you do, we're going to need to reduce that and reduce the impact. So if you're aggressive skating and the problem comes from always jumping on or off things, you're going to need to slow down a little bit and keep the jumping stuff away for a little while. Also, which can help are shock absorbers. I'm going to make a video about that, but I'm just testing out different shock absorbers, so this might come up one day. And maybe if aggressive is way too painful, you might want to get out those big wheels so you can keep on skating, but with less impact. Like I said earlier, when you skate on big wheels or when you do distance skating, you're gonna more glide your feet across the pavement instead of just slamming it on the pavement. So a few exercises that you can do to help you with this injury, apart from icing and the rest, are the stretching of the tibialis posterior muscle, then also some exercises to strengthen that foot arch, and you can also do some heel walks or some foot rockers. I'll explain that later. The first thing that I mentioned was the stretching of the tibialis posterior. This muscle, like I said earlier, lies on the medial side of the tibia, so its function will be a plantar flexion, so the foot goes down, and a little bit internally or medially. So that's when the muscle is contracted. So if you want to stretch it, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to bring the foot up and to the exterior and hold it there for like 20 to 30 seconds. While you're doing that, you can also palpate the muscle and just try to press in the muscle while you're lifting up the foot. So a kind of massage while you're lifting up the foot. This can be very painful, so do this in range of pain that you can bear, but don't exaggerate either. The second thing that I talked about was strengthening the foot arch. I already showed this in the bruised heel video. Here also what you're going to do is take a towel or some paper and try to grasp this paper or towel with your toes and just pull it towards you. You'll feel all the little muscles under the foot work, and it will help to build up that arch, which gives stability to the foot. And then I talked about two other exercises. So the heel walk, what you're going to do, the word says itself, it's just put yourself on your heels, so keep your toes up and try to walk for 20 to 40 steps, then take a little break and do it again. And the foot rockers is just, we're going to start on our heels with the toes up, roll to the middle, and then roll further to the toes and lift up the heel. And then back. While you do this, you can take something to keep your balance, but it's important that you're going to roll the foot all the way to the toes and back to the heels. This will help with strengthening the foot and resolve that imbalance that may be there. Then when all this is going better or when the pain is decreasing, you can slowly build up your skating. But like I told you, it's an overuse injury, so don't get back into skating like you were before, because that's just gonna make it all happen again. You're just gonna find yourself in a vicious cycle. So it's gonna be important to take some rest, relative rest, do some exercises, stretching, icing, and just decrease the pain and decrease the inflammation on that tibialis posterior, and slowly getting back into skating and building it up so you can get back at your full potential like you used to be before this happened. So my advice is take your time, let it rest a little bit. Rest doesn't mean you don't have to do anything, but try to keep active, but slowly, and build it up gradually. That's all I have to say about this. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would be glad that you do so. That would help me a lot in this adventure. And if you click on that little bell, you'll get a notification when a new video comes out, which can help you in rehabbing or getting better in skating. So we'll see each other in another video, guys. Thanks.